Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about my 2025 favorites. You're gonna have to excuse the wacky lighting because this is just filming in winter. This is reality. That is 5, almost 6 o'clock. There's no light outside and I don't have the time until now to film. But I was like, you know what? I'd rather have my chair is squeaky. I'd rather have like poor lighting and try and get this video up in a timely manner than wait longer. So without further ado, let's get into it. I have all of this stuff on my bed. I didn't really write notes, so we're gonna see what this video is like. Starting up first, like I said, no random order. We're going in with the Tree Hut Vanilla Whip Shea Body Butter. This has actually been a favorite for like a bit now, but now that it is widely available in Canada, I feel like I'm like finally actually using it very often. I was kind of like hoarding it just because before you could only get it in the States, and I'm not going to the States anytime soon. Love this body butter. It's not for everyone. It literally smells like frosting. It is so sweet, but I love it. I love smelling like vanilla. You'll also see perfume is the same way. It smells very sweet and concentrated in the jar, but on the body it's not as intense, and I just love the formula of this. It feels so nice on the skin, and I really just do enjoy having a vanilla body lotion because it pairs well with a bunch of other perfumes as well. So if you haven't tried out the Tree Hut, I'd give it a try. Okay, I think we have to speak about my perfume since I mentioned it. I am a mood perfume person. I change my perfume based on the seasons, the time of day, so I really don't have a signature scent, but if I did, it probably is vanilla. And this is my current one that I've been loving. My Atelier Cologne, rest in peace, that was amazing, but this has kind of been what I've used to replace it. This is the Skylar Beauty Vanilla Sky perfume. It's so nice. It is like a sweet, warm vanilla, which I usually prefer. I have other vanilla perfumes, but I like to have a very plain vanilla perfume to be able to layer the vanilla with other stuff. I have a lot more spicy perfumes, or like my orange perfume, or just other perfumes I like to mix with vanilla. So that's why I like to have the vanilla be very plain, so it just adds a little bit of sweetness to my other perfumes. So yeah, the Skylar ones are really good. I have it in a rollerball. I did finish this year and bought the rollerball again just because I like to travel with this. It's a really good traveling scent for me because it kind of goes with everything. My only complaint is the Skylar perfumes are the most long lasting, but you know, if I layer it with something else, it kind of helps with the longevity. So yeah, definitely favorite perfume this year. We're gonna go into my two favorite lip combos. I'm wearing neither of them right now, but if you watched me, you definitely have seen these before. This year has definitely been the year of like lip stains for me. The Benetint is a classic, and I finally hopped on the train this year. As you can see, I've actually used a decent amount of it. My only thing is the Benetint is quite a pink shade, and usually on the day-to-day I don't wear as much pink. I usually either wear pink or like a nudie brown, but I'm more of a nudie brown than a pink. It really depends what I'm wearing. So I got this, and I don't know if you can see. Actually, no, it looks like I barely used anything. This is the e.l.f. dupe Sheer For It blush tint. It says a blush tint. You can use it on the lips as well. And this is a shade Cherry Cola, which is a perfect like warm brown for me. If I don't need my lips to last a really long time, I won't go in with this. But if it's going to be a long day, I'm going out at night, I kind of will start my lip look with one of these two. Then we have the lip liners with the two respective looks. So my more pinky look, this is a Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lip liner versus my more nudie brown one. This is a Huda Beauty Pinky Brown. These are both really good lip liners. Pretty sure the Huda Beauty was my last year's favorites. They're both just like really creamy, easy to apply, decently long lasting. They're not the most long lasting, but that's why sometimes going in with the lip stain underneath really helps with the longevity. And then finally, I usually like to top it off with a lip gloss. This is pretty good. I'm pretty sure I got this either this year or like end of last year, so you can see how much I've used. And I don't think you can really tell in this e.l.f. lip one, but yeah, these are the two favorite lip glosses. The pinky one, this is a Tower 28 shade Pistachio, which I think this year's Sephora, I think one of the gifts you can get like a mini of this and their setting spray, so, or the rescue spray, not the setting spray, sorry. But yeah, this is the shade Pistachio. It's a very like creamy, milky pink on the lips. And then this is the e.l.f. lip oil Glow Reviver lip oil, and this is in the shade Honey Talks. Really comfortable on the lips, and I always like to reach for this if I'm like going out, because then I can throw it into my purse and not worry about losing it. My only complaint about this is the mint flavor, because I don't really like mint. But yes, those are kind of my two lip looks. And then finally for lip balm, it's so funny that I'm like, I don't really like mint. This just so happens to be the one that I have on hand. My favorite lip balm is hands down the Summer Fridays one. There is a couple other ones that are like good honorable mentions, but the Summer Fridays formula is just my favorite. I just like the slippiness. It's not too thick, it's not too sticky, it's like shiny but not like too like lip glossy. Yeah, I had like a bigger one that I finished this year, and then at the holidays I got this set of little mini ones, so I have 4, and I have 2 in different coat pockets. I have one on my bedside, so they're kind of just like all over the place. Also the applicator is really nice and stuff. The mint one isn't too bad. I'm not a big mint fan, but at least it's not super long lasting and you don't get the like cold mintiness. But yes, if you haven't tried the Summer Fridays lip balms, definitely check them out. My favorite concealer is definitely this NYX Bear With Me Serum Concealer. My only complaint is I really don't like the packaging. It's like a pump, which I find very annoying. Whenever I want my under eyes to look good, this is the one I always reach for. It is a serum concealer, so it's not too heavy and cakey, but it has pretty good coverage and wear time. It's not like too creasy or anything, and my under eyes are kind of like the one really dry spot on my face, so this is pretty hydrating. So yeah, I really do like it, and NYX is known for having like a pretty decent shade range, so really like this concealer. I keep on saying this, that at some point I'm gonna do a long wear makeup video. I've really perfected getting my makeup to last like 12 plus hours. 2 of those products that really make a difference are these 2. So first, this is a Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. I had a mini that I finished in August, and I waited until the Sephora sale to finally pick up the big size one. Oh, she's just so good. I have the e.l.f. dupe. I don't like it as much as this one. This just really helps grip your makeup and make it not move. Sometimes that's like my issue, is that like my foundation will kind of like slip and slide, and putting this on beforehand just really helps base products not shift around, especially if I'm having some breakouts and I need to do some like concealing, because like around my like jaw and cheeks are usually where I break out the most. Putting this and then spot concealing and powdering really helps make any concealing that I'm doing on my face stay put. So I really do like this. And then the One Size Until Dawn mattifying setting spray. I don't find it's too much of a matte setting spray, but wow, it is definitely a long wear setting spray. I definitely notice a difference when I use this. I prefer to use another setting spray before using this, because this kind of really just locks in your makeup. So I usually will go in with something like a Max Fix Plus to kind of just help with any powderiness, blend everything seamlessly, and then I'll go in with this as a final step just to help lock everything in. It's an aerosol. I find that it has a very strong pungent scent, and I find that it lingers in the air, so I always have to be careful, because this sometimes can make me sneeze afterwards. But I definitely notice a difference in my makeup when I wear this. I want to try the L'Oreal one. I know they have like a dupe for this. In the meantime, I'm using this one. Moving on to skincare, this is the year that I found my moisturizers, and I'm sticking with them. I have a whole entire wish list of needs for my moisturizers, except for like winter right now. I'm a little drier than normal, but normally I don't really have dry skin, but I want something that like is hydrating but isn't too thick, because I find it's a fine line. I'm not super into gel moisturizers because I found that they're not hydrating enough, and I don't like the feel on my face. So yes, it's finding something that is hydrating enough but not too thick. And another issue for me, especially with nighttime ones, is I'm very sensitive to vitamin E. And vitamin E is very like restorative, reparative ingredient, so a lot of times it's in evening nighttime moisturizers, so finding a moisturizer that doesn't have vitamin E is kind of hard. And then also having nice packaging as well. So my 2 favorites are these 2. For the daytime, this is a Bioma moisturizing gel cream, and like the name says, it's a gel cream. I don't really think it's very gel-like. It's more just like a lighter moisturizer, just leaves my skin feeling hydrated, works really well underneath makeup, and I love the packaging. It's a pump. I love a pump for the daytime. I love the pink and the package is very seamless. It's affordable at the drugstore. So this is my favorite daytime moisturizer. And this is my nighttime one. This is the Glow Recipe Cloudberry Bright Moisture Cream. I don't think they necessarily advertise this as a nighttime one, but I use it. As you can see, it's a little bit on the thicker side, but it's not super thick. You can even see in the cap, like it's kind of like the perfect consistency for me, where it's hydrating but not too much. I also really like that they sell little pods that you can put into the packaging, so it's more eco-friendly and cheaper to just keep on buying the same one over. It's my ring light. Okay, sorry if the lighting's different. My ring light turned off. I was talking about this moisturizer. I really like it. Obviously it's in a jar, which I don't like as much as a pump. It's nighttime, so I'm more okay with it being in a tub. So yeah, those are my two moisturizers. Paula's Choice toner, always a favorite. I forgot it and I don't feel like getting up. Yeah, that toner, she's the best. A new product that has made such a difference in my skin. This is an Ordinary Niacinamide 10% plus zinc 1%. I got this in my Sephora advent calendar last year. It was my first time using niacinamide and I finished a bottle and I've upgraded to the bigger one and I love it. So niacinamide is supposed to reduce redness, pores, fine lines, and even skin tone by boosting the skin barrier, retaining moisture, regulating oil, and calming inflammation. I have noticed such a difference in my skin using niacinamide. Like, I actually have noticed a reduction in the oiliness of my skin, like regularly using niacinamide, which is crazy to think about, but it's like so true. If anything, I've kind of used niacinamide a little bit less now that it's winter and really dry, because my skin was starting to get almost dry. Like, I don't even think I'm oily. It was like I was starting to get like normal like combo type of thing. Crazy how much a difference has made. And also my skin has cleared up so much, and also maybe a little bit of the redness too, because I like have rosacea. I don't necessarily see the evening of the skin tone that I find more of an impact from using vitamin C and retinol, but this has become like an integral part of my skincare routine, and I haven't even bothered trying different ones just because I've had so much success with this Ordinary one and it's affordable, so I don't feel like trying to try an expensive one. I think it really depends on the ingredient. I find some skincare ingredients, it's like you just want the basic, you just want the ingredient. That's why I always think affordable hyaluronic acids are like good, because they're just like hyaluronic acid and they do the job. And I kind of feel the same way about niacinamide. Vitamin C is usually one that I like something a little bit more expensive, because I find that the cheaper formulas don't really make a difference. But anyways, this is all to say niacinamide, we're friends, we're besties, I love her. And the final skincare thing is not a specific product, but just like in general, the category of under eye patches. I've become such a fan this year, specifically when I'm traveling, but sometimes even just like at home on the day-to-day. I just find that as I'm getting older, I'm getting a little bit more puffiness under the eyes. I've always had darkness, but just the puffiness I've started to notice more and more. And it makes sense when I'm traveling, you know, especially if you've been on an airplane or you're not sleeping as well, or if you're like eating and drinking a lot. So using under eye patches has just helped with that like puffiness under the eyes, and sometimes even the darkness as well. I got two different ones here. I got these in France and I got these like individual pack ones. Honestly, neither of them are necessarily like my favorite, but they're both good. But just like the category in itself, under eye patches, I've been enjoying using them a lot more, and I usually just pick some up from like Winners or whatever. I don't think they need to necessarily be fancy and expensive to really make a difference. Okay, and the final thing I'm going to talk about today, this is a texture spray. I had, was it Way? Yeah, I think it was Way before and then discontinued it. So I switched over to this Living Proof Dry Volume Texture Spray. Wow, I love this. You know, a hairspray is really good at just like locking in a hairstyle, but I find that using a texture spray kind of will take my hair, especially if I'm curling my hair, will kind of take it from like a 8 to like a 10. It just like helps just like add that volume and like messiness of like done undone type of hair. I really like that type of hairstyle on me, especially if I'm going out at night. But even sometimes, like not going out all night, sometimes I'll use a texture spray on my natural curls just to help last. Yeah, the texture spray is kind of like a hybrid in between like giving texture and grippiness to the hair while also giving a little bit of hold like a hairspray. So yeah, I just been really enjoying using a texture hairspray just to help elevate my hairstyles. So this living proof one also smells really good. So that is like a super duper quick 2025 favorites. These are just the products to me that really like stood out of like what were the products I was always reaching for, what were the products that I was telling my friends about. So I kind of condensed it all into one video. So I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments what some of your favorite products were of 2025, and stay tuned for my 2025 books video. There's a little sneak peek. You can see this whole entire stack, and that's all the books I read, plus a couple more in 2025. So I need to film that video sooner or later because I'm waiting to film the video before I clean my bookshelf. I really need to clean my bookshelf. As you can see, I've got a lot of books on my desk that I need. That is it for today's video, friends. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in another one super soon. Bye!